protein powder out of pea protein, which, okay. What else? Oh, some superfood and 2 bananas because they were going bad. And look, peanut butter ice cream.
Well, there goes the healthy smoothie.
Well,
it is what it is.
Look, here's how that happened. I looked at it just happened because I pulled out my freezer and I was like, I'm going to get some ice. And then I was like, ice isn't flavorful.
Squirrel.
Hey, you don't have the, oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hey, can you turn it around? Because you're just an outline. Can you turn it to where the sun...
Wait, hold on. Like that?
No, because what I see is just like an outline. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
You're getting better.
All right, let me move. Let me shift, okay?
Ooh, I love your earrings. Okay.
Thank you.
While you're shifting, I'm going to introduce myself. We're going to get started, sis. You shift.
I'm shifting.
But the light needs to be like as much shining on you as possible.
Now, you know I'm new at all of this.
That's why I'm trying to help you. That's why, like, look, see the sun, my window is shining right at me. You know what I'm saying?
Can you see me?
Half of you.
Half of me? Okay.
That's your good half or your bad half? Because I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Bam.
Okay. All right. So, hey, let me back up. Hey, y'all, it's Miss Katie. Welcome to Heritage Ways. And today we have another coffee chat, and we're doing something different. I've been missing my sis so much. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Y'all probably know sis, but
tissue.
Yeah, she always has tissue in her hand. Anyway, so I've been missing. She gets me off subject already. Anyway, I've been missing my sis. So I'm Miss Katie. This is Heritage Ways. Welcome to Heritage House. And Heritage Ways is where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. And I've been doing these coffee chats. I did 1 or 2, and everybody just seemed to, not everybody, but, you can't please everybody. But you know what I mean? People just love, the ladies just love to visit with these coffee chats. And so I said to sis the other day, hey, you think we could figure out how to Zoom record, And so that's what we're doing. So this is sis. Now, the thing with Zoom, like whoever's talking, it shows their picture, sis. I wish we could both be in the frame at the same time, but law mercy, I don't even know if that's a thing or how to make it a thing. So whoever is making noise, whether you're talking, laughing or burping, whoever's making noise, it shows that person. Okay. Well, so I'm going to shut up so it'll show you. Sis, introduce yourself and your farm. And here we go.
Okay. Good morning. Actually, good morning to me over here. It's good afternoon where you are.
It's good afternoon, except I'm eating my breakfast. I'm drinking my breakfast. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, let's see. I had a partial of a smoothie of a breakfast and some veggie bacon. And now I'm sipping on my tea. And the cup that you got me.
I gave you that cup.
You sure did.
I did. Yeah. And when the Lord kind of impressed on me to give you that mug and share that with you, because I really felt like I needed to give you that. And then I remembered, or you reminded me, what? That's the name of
my business.
Uh-huh.
Yep, my bath and body business. Absolutely. Okay, so.
Yeah, see, we get now.
I know, right? We about to move on into, okay,
I'm sis. We only got 45 minutes.
I am sis, and I am one of Katie's dearest sisters.
Oh, I was going to say that. Yes, go on. I'll keep my mouth shut.
There is nothing that anybody can do to separate us. So I'm just letting you know, because when God says it's good, it's good.
Amen. That's right.
But we are in Tennessee. We have our farmstead here in Tennessee, and a lot of good things going on. Let's see. the name sis came from Katie.
Yes, I was going to say that, because, and I want to explain from my heart, I was thinking about this a while ago. So we first met through the homeschool, the Spanish class or something, didn't we? Let's see, Owen, somebody was taking Spanish, Owen and Morgan.
Leo.
Yeah.
Owen, Leo, and the other son.
Yeah, they don't speak a lick of it, let me just say. But anyway, whatever. They did it because they had to for school. But anyway, Owen and Morgan were taking it because Trevor had already taken it elsewhere. Anyway, I met you. Were you the one that had strawberries and you had just, or is that somebody else?
No, that was you that had the strawberries.
There were strawberries involved.
Yes.
And somebody was buying, selling, or trading or something.
Yeah, you told me about the strawberries because those strawberries were looking so good. Okay, oh my gosh.
So we met.
I think you gave me some.
I don't know. I hope I did. That would have been nice of you. But anyway, so we met then, and then I had y'all over with some other people because that's what we love to do. You and me both.
Yes.
And when we started talking, I was like, I had not. Now, I have a sister, have a biological sister. Excuse me. I don't call her sis or anything. I call her a girl because there's another story behind that. But she and I only call each other girl. Like, I never say her name. She never says my name. If she does, it's like something, well, she doesn't. So we just call each other girl. And that's weird to people, but, whatever. And so I don't have anybody I call sis. But when I met you, it was just such a connection and just we had so much in common and I felt so close to you, all of us, at the beginning. And that's where it started, just sis, because we were just so connected. And let me just say, because I don't know what's fixing to happen in this video, but sis, I was telling somebody the other day, now I have a friend here who the Lord just put in my life at the beginning, and I'm going to cry about her too, because that was a grace. That was a blessing because Becky, I'll say her name, and I got things popping up on here and I don't know.
Hi, Becky.
Okay. Yes. Hey, Becky. So Miss Becky is wonderful. And I met her through the church that we're going to, and she's the kids' teacher and stuff. But I was telling her the other day, all of my dear friends like her and like you and some others are like special to me or important to me in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like each friend, and I'm not just talking about me, I hope this is true with most women, but each friend that you have, like, okay, I almost said serves a different purpose, but that sounds weird. But it
doesn't, because that's true.
Yeah,
that's
but
really
like,
true.
Like Becky, it's kind of funny, but well, I'm just going to say it. Becky is the kind of friend, and you know me, but Becky's the kind of friend, and I've only known her since like October, I guess it was. And she's the kind of friend that if I'm sick or throwing up or got whatever, or I'm just down and out, and I can call her without hesitation and say, okay, I need help over here. I need you to come help. And she's just that kind of friend that I know she would be here.
Right.
You are the kind of friend that, and I don't mean this funny, I mean this serious, but we can never talk serious. No, we do talk serious, but you can tell me like it is. And that's what I needed to hear at the time, even if it's tough, but I have never been offended. I've always been appreciative. You remember that time when we were on the road? I don't know at what point, but I don't even remember what was happening. But I know where I was. We were staying in Manassas, Virginia, and it was like cool weather. So it must have been wintertime, fall. And I was about to give up on whatever it was. I don't know if it was YouTube. I don't know if it was traveling. But I called you, and you said it right. You said it
You
straight.
needed some rejuvenation. But you know what? Through your travels and everything, Katie, it was just a level of prayer, just kingdom level of prayer that God had me connected with you. It's just you're right, it's on a different level, and some people get it and some people don't. I get it. Because the same as you, how you have certain friends, even though you have a vast amount of friends in a like a small coffee mug or coffee
Yeah.
mug or whatever. So your
Okay.
circle. um, we do have different purposes to bless
Mhm.
you, and the same, and each, even though you're one, you still have different purposes for us too, even though you're one.
I've never
So,
thought about that. Okay.
so for my purpose to do things for you, a lot of times God wouldn't set out for what He has given me to give you for somebody else because it's for you,
Mm-hmm.
even though we are individuals. So it's just really understanding. You cannot understand how God
No.
mends people, weave us together. You can't. You just got to go with the flow of the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so His weaving is so colorful. It is so colorful. It is so. I think about the streets of gold, the translucent streets of gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think about my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have never seen. You ever seen translucent gold, Katie?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's my bit. That's my level of who He brings into my life to bless me and provide my needs, and the friendship that He gives us is far and few. I have like a few friends that I can say this about, but I consider all of my friends the streets of translucent gold.
Mm-hmm.
And so the purpose for whatever and why He brings us together, I don't know. It's just walking in it. It's just walking in it and growing together in it. And then, like you said, just knowing each other, because the things that the Lord had me to tell you that you didn't get offended by, and you done put me in my place plenty of times too. I just want you to know that. Y'all don't let her fool you. She done put me in my place, and I received that because I needed that. And then we just look at each other and bust out laughing.
We do. Oh my goodness. We can talk about some serious stuff and then we just laugh.
Yeah.
But I, well, in fact, you know what? I won't get off on this tangent too far, but when we did that, I told you that I felt in my spirit that we were supposed to do that race relations series.
Yes.
And that, I don't know if you've realized it, that came about a year before,
all this stuff that's crazy that started happening.
And so I don't know. I'm glad we listened to the Lord on that.
Yes.
So that's all I want to say about that. It just kind of is interesting. I don't believe in irony. So I think that was kind of interesting.
I agree with that too.
Happened.
Me and Zolly were talking about that.
Yeah. So, and I don't, but, okay. So something you said, excuse me, made me think, the Lord had an inner circle of friends, and He had all these friends, and He had an inner circle. So in the inner circle and all the others, the disciples and all, they all served various purposes in His life. And so, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having this friend who's, I don't know, just different roles. That doesn't put one above another, but I don't even know. I'm not trying to get all philosophical, but I'm just.
I mean, it matters. It really does matter, because sometimes one friend you can call to say something or tell something, but you're like, no, she's not ready. Her spirit is not ready for this. But God will tell you who to call, within that. And then later on, when you talk about it, how sometimes you have some friends be like, girl, why didn't you call me?
Yeah.
Well, because God said not to. You weren't in that season to receive what I, needed to spew out.
Yeah.
So I've had that to happen plenty of times. And then later on, you're like, you know what? You are so right. I was going through a lot at that time. And for you to call me, I really would have been an overload. So He knows. He really knows. Just connecting and hey, what you drinking? What you drinking?
I was going to tell you. So first, I want to show you my little thing. Okay, I'm drinking two things. Well, actually, I'm drinking. I got a merry-go-round. So I always have my water, and then I'm going to tell you about this in a minute. This is inspiration from you because I don't drink smoothies.
Oh,
and so I know
I should have brought my smoothie in here.
Well, I almost texted you to tea. And then my tea. Okay, so first of all, this is my breakfast. So it's what time is it here? 12:30. You said the other day you drank smoothies, and I hadn't eaten anything today. Okay, that's another thing. I don't eat in the mornings unless somebody fixes it for me.
Me neither.
I just don't ask me to fix you any food in the mornings because I'm not going to do it. And so John Boy makes pancakes every Wednesday morning because I'm not fixing to do it. And Mr. Patient said the other day, he's got a weird schedule. He says, I want pancakes and sausage one morning when I'm off work. And I said, there's a refrigerator. And so he doesn't mind fixing breakfast. Like he doesn't mind. He enjoys it. And I don't even want to eat it. But anyway, so a while ago, I was like, I got to have something to eat because I'm fixing to be on Zoom for an hour. And then I've got a big day.
Yeah, we don't want you blacking out.
And so this is a smoothie because I know you said you've been making smoothies. I thought, okay, whatever. I've got some leftover rice milk, leftover from a guest who came last week and she was lactose intolerant. And so I bought things that she could drink, not rice milk, oat milk. And Trevor was here. He's like, how do you milk an oat? I don't know. But anyway, and so.
That sounds like Trevor. Oh, that sounds so like Trevor.
Got to meet my grandbaby. But anyway. Okay,
I was so glad to see that.
I know. I'm getting distracted because that's what I do. Protein powder out of pea protein, which, okay. What else? Oh, some superfood and 2 bananas because they were going bad. And look, peanut butter ice cream.
Well, there goes the healthy smoothie.
Well,
it is what it is.
Look, here's how that happened. It just happened because I pulled out my freezer and I was like, I'm going to get some ice. And then I was like, ice isn't flavorful.
Squirrel.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, now, Jesus, help my friend, please.
I'll tell you about my tea, but tell them about, while I drink this, tell them about your smoothies you've been drinking.
Okay. I have been just praying and asking God to give me some strength because when you have a farm, a family, period, family, farm, dealing with yourself, marriage, remind me to come back to the marriage, okay?
Well, I'll try. Well, I have to write it down if I'm going to remember. Okay, go on.
So the marriage. I needed more energy and I have everything that I need here on my farm. My herbs are growing out there. I have big dollar herbs growing on my farm and I wasn't fully utilizing them the way that I needed to until some of my friends who are my customers, they were like, hey, do you have this growing? And I'm like, yeah, I got plenty of that out there. So they wanted to, come and buy some. So that was such a huge inspiration to remind me to stay on top of that. Well, I started doing more research, getting back into my studying up on my herbs and natural medicines and natural remedies. And I just prayed about every single thing. And God was like, look, you have everything that you need, every single thing that you need. So in my smoothies, we'll do almond milk and sometimes just water. I just use water because all of the fruits and the bitters and the vegetable salts are flavoring the water. So plus that's my water, my input that I get.
Yeah. Kill 2 birds. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So I'll do almond milk. We'll do, almond milk, oat milk, rice, water, coconut milk, beet powder.
For the blood. That's good for
you. Fresh ginger every single day. This is what's in my tea. This is fresh ginger tea and some hibiscus flower. And what I did with the hibiscus flower, what I'm starting to do is grind up my dehydrated flowers and I'm making my salts or my, you know what I'm talking about, the powder. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Like just
Let me explain. So instead of, me putting the flowers into the water to simmer, I just put them in my coffee grinder and put it in pulverize them as powder.
Okay,
and
I got you.
Into my tea. So that gives it so much flavor. So much flavor. And my 12-year-old thought about that. Mai thought about that. Dr. Mai.
Dr. Mai.
Okay. So we got beet powder. I named out the milks. Get off my screen. Seems like everything wants to come up on my screen. Go away.
That's okay. We don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to pretend like we're doing.
Right. So let's see what else.
So you get the
fresh ginger.
sweetener, you get sweeteners or anything, honey or anything from your bees?
Yes, hold on one second. Everything is trying to pop up on my screen just because I don't want it to. And then it blocked your face, Katie.
You know I'm not fixing to edit this, so keep going.
This is a hot mess. Please go away, Cortana.
Oh,
okay. Okay, so the fresh
Cortana
ginger.
under the bus.
I know. I did not ask her to come up.
Oh, maybe we should invite her next time.
No, she is not invited. This is me and your time. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Okay, so we got the fresh ginger, and you can leave the skin on if you want to. Okay, everything is gone away. You can leave the skin on if you want to. The skin on the ginger is not going to hurt you. That's actually what I use to simmer my tea, some of the skin too. Aloe vera powder.
Oh, okay. Powder.
Turmeric. Make sure your turmeric has the black pepper in it because that's the only way our bodies can
digest.
Yes,
ma'am. I do know that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But our friends might not. So elaborate on that one just 1 second. Tell them.
Okay. Moringa, which they call the miracle weed. And Moringa rejuvenates your body, rejuvenates your nerves, your everything. Tendons, muscles, blood, purifies your blood. So make sure you look up what Moringa is and you won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Moringa has been healing a lot of villages that are malnutrition, and they were trying to figure out how they can balance the villagers that are starving with the proper foods. And so they started growing their own moringa trees. So I support the villages that are growing the moringas and selling them to put money back into the community. But the moringa is wonderful. And then I use strawberries, all of the berries with the antioxidant, blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, mango, banana. And sometimes I interchange them. And I use Himalayan salt in there. I use our honey from my bees out there, from all my ladies. Thank you, bees. Or else sometimes I use Sucanox, sugarcane natural. And then I use sea moss. That is the new natural ingredient that I start using in a lot of things. And the sea moss is that it mends everything together. You know how you just going through something and you just need something to just uplift you? Sea moss is like the missing component to everything that has been going on in my body. So
that's great. Yeah.
Wow. It's been, and so it's when you get it, it's dehydrated. You have to wash it and everything. And my kids are like, Mom, it smells like the ocean. I'm like, because it's from the ocean. It's from the Atlantic Ocean or the Caribbean. But they've been using that, since they've been growing it over there. So I look at what the islanders take. And so I've been taking a lot of things that islanders take, and it has really been rejuvenating my body, my skin, my hair. The texture the natural texture is coming back. My skin, I don't feel like, how those cartoon characters get out of bed and their tongue hanging on the ground and then their arms are just like slumpy and they're dragging the ground and you got one foot in the bed and one foot out and, you got one eye drooping down here. So some days I would feel like that and your hair is just like this.
Ma'am. But sea moss gets rid of the cartoon.
Oh, girl, look.
Sea moss gets rid of the cartoon.
Right. Okay. It gets rid of that animated, that just overly dramatic animated. And so I'm able to just pop out of the bed. I'm able to do my stretches every day, exercise like I should, deal with my family because I have the energy. I literally can go all day long. And I drink these smoothies and my children drink them too because they're like, where's the smoothies at? Let me miss a day of making a smoothie. Wow. I'm like, you are very capable of going in there and making your own smoothie.
Right.
They're like, no, Mom, you make it better.
Of course you do. But
I'm like, okay, seriously.
Yeah. So our friends out here, they're saying, girl, tell us where you get that sea moss. So for our friends who are here with us chatting, drinking with us, that sounds bad, but you know what I'm saying. We're drinking buddies. Tell them where to get it. And then I'll tell you.
Sounds good. You need to have some wine next time, though.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Wine chat.
You can get sea moss. Just be careful when you do it, when you get it, because when a doctor says something, like the doctors or Dr. CB or, any famous or popular
Yeah.
doctor, holistic doctor say something about a natural herb, everybody gets it at one time and then that jacks the price up.
Oh yeah. Sure it
Because,
does.
and you have imitators out there too. So there are different types of, and right now I am in the season of ordering from different vendors to compare their sea moss.
Okay.
And I have one more to order from. And I promise I'll get back to you with the best one that I like.
That's fine. Yeah, you can let me know. In fact, we're filming this and I'm putting it out 5 days from now.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we're filming this on the 10th. I'm putting it out on the 15th. So,
okay. And I have one more person that I want to order from, but number 2 that I had, look at all those curls just popping up.
I know you look great.
Just popping up. So
yes.
I've been trying to lay my hair down. It's just been flipping off. So, and believe it or not, it's got so long, Katie. So it's wrapped
up. Oh, it has. Look at there.
Yeah, it's wrapped up in the bun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
hey, I love your earrings. Let me see your earrings.
You.
What are they made of?
They are made of.
You got them at Kohl's?
Yes.
Okay, Kohl's. Look. Listen.
I think I paid 25 cents for them.
25 cents.
Yeah, girl, Kohl's. Okay, that's gonna be another video about extreme couponing and how I shop. Okay.
I used to do extreme, but let me tell you something. How come women do that? Because I do that. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you say, oh, I like your shirt, I say, oh, Walmart.
Right.
Okay. Now let me tell you something. That's what we do. But I want to know, is that a Southern thing? Because I don't know. I am like in the land of, not native to me.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something in a minute. This I thought was funny, but then I told it to the cashier at the local grocery store and she didn't crack a smile. And I was like, oh, that was awkward. But
it went right over her head.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you. But anyway, the fact of, like you said, oh, Kohl's, well, that's normal to me. That's what, but I don't know if it's a Southern thing or a female thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, I like your apron, oh, I made it, or, oh.
And which, by the way, I do love your apron.
Okay, I don't have this fabric for sale, but look, this is my kitchen curtain fabric, and I love it.
That is beautiful.
I love it. Excuse me. So here's the thing that I was watching this video the other day, and the channel is called It's a Southern Thing, and it's a YouTube video. And they did a thing, I think it was a thing Southern or say, anyway, something like that. And I didn't know that my intention wasn't drawn to this until I saw the video, and I was like, yes, that is how I have lived in the South for 2 years. But tell me if I'm wrong, but you go through the grocery store, and this may just be small town because I grew up in small town, and you go through the grocery store and they're checking your stuff out. And how many times has somebody said to me, oh, somebody's making lasagna as she's checking out. Or
yes.
Oh, what you doing with that? Or she's checking out the beans or something. Oh, you're going to have some beans.
Right. Yes.
So that video, I was like, yes. That's
it.
What cashiers do, even at the big stores in the South. I didn't know it was just a Southern thing. And so then I'm trying to get this cashier at the local little IGA to smile at me the other day. And well, I shouldn't have said smile because she was covered. But anyway, that's another story. I wasn't. Yikes, I didn't mean to go there, but I just did. Anyway, I was trying to get her eyes to smile at me, you know what I'm saying? And get some kind of happy in the above the nose.
Right.
And so I relayed that to her because I even looked and I was a little nervous to talk to her because up here, I mean, I don't mean anything bad. I love the people, and I'm.
But it's the North. I'm from the North, so you don't have to explain anything to me.
Well, and so I looked at my groceries, and I'm thinking, okay, I got enough time to tell this story before it gets awkward, and before I run out of, So she's doing the groceries, and I said to her, I kind of relayed that to her, and I said, the funniest thing the other day, I said, I'm new. I just moved here from Nashville. That's what I tell people because they understand, it's close to Nashville. And I told her the little story, what I just now told you. And she just was. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, okay.
Did you get a little intimidated?
Well, no, I was just like, okay, I'm thinking that's supposed to be funny, but
Oh my gosh.
and
She went
anyway,
weird.
so that just, boomed. But that's what people do. Okay, we'll go on the next thing. So I got this at Goodwill. Look at here. Isn't this cute? This is a Currier and Ives. It says Homestead in Winter.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
But look, no, look, it came with this little top thing.
Oh, that's
Isn't that cute?
Katie, that is beautiful.
And I was going to give it away as a giveaway, but I got all selfish and decided to keep it.
That happens to me too.
But I might give it away. I mean, because that mug that you have, it was precious to me, but I just felt like I was supposed to be giving it to you, and I did. And so
and it is precious, and I drink out of it literally all the time. I have 1,000 mugs in there, but I drink out of this one all the time. And talking about the mugs, we're still working on our YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
God has not given us the green light to launch the YouTube channel.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're still working on that. And so he still has a lot of things that he's doing with us on Instagram.
Okay,
and
good.
The guidance that you have given me, it's opened up a whole nother, pretty much the floodgates of heaven are opening up. And
That's
so
great.
just getting that platform set, you know how you can feel something, you can feel yourself leaving out of one season, going into the next. It's just that feeling that that's been going on. But within that feeling is preparation too. It's preparation, obedience, guidance, being obedient to the guidance and just listening. And sometimes you can get that stubborn streak in there, like, did I really hear your voice, God? Or was it me?
Yeah.
Is that my voice?
Right.
You know, I need for you to decipher that to help me out. So between that, getting it going, the Lord putting the right people in our path to help us along the way, because we do need help. You know, like you said, Becky up there, she is helping you with a lot of things. And, you know, especially with your apron, I can only imagine the busyness that you have going on up there.
Woo, girl. Yes.
You are in a new season, and the busyness that we have on, you know, going on here. And I don't mean to be mean to people when they ask to be a part of something. Sometimes people like to get in the hype of it. And I'm like, this is not a hype. This is a reality of, you know, what needs to be done. And everybody has a part to play, not a hype part. So you can stand a hype for a week and then you be like, oh, this ain't for me. No, that just can't happen. But when
that makes sense to me, though. I know that makes sense to me. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So when he sends you somebody that is dedicated to being there long term for whatever, you know, the contract, the length of the contract is, you know, for sure in your heart that it's not somebody that just wants to be up in a hype. So basically that's what we're doing. So between the transition of getting our home together here to move forward, people are a part of that process too. So, you know, being set in place. So, of course, you know, that's another video. All these videos.
I know. We're going to have another thing. What's that bird? I love hearing your bird. You get your windows open?
Yes. I'm in my girls' room. We are shabby. Look, let me show you something. You see the curtains?
Yeah, I do. That's cute, though.
We are turning their room into a farmhouse shabby chic.
Oh, cute.
And so they have painted their room themselves. This has been going on for the past 2 days, and Leo decided that he's going to build them some beautiful farmhouse pallet beds.
Ooh, that'll be great. I love pallet furniture.
So my driveway is full of pallets right now, and everybody's painting out there. And so we are helping them do some things, and I got some other surprises for them to put on their walls.
Oh, that's great. You know, Morgan used some pallet boards. He got it. Martin's. I think he got them at Martin's. When
but
he was working
guys used
there.
to do everything with the wood. Oh my gosh,
did.
with the wood and the leather.
They did. Look, how come you can't tell your adult children what to do and they'll do it? You know what I'm saying?
Because they
No,
think they know everything.
I know. Well, look, and there's no danger of them watching this video because they don't watch my videos.
We
But
still love you all.
no, we
We
do.
love all of our adult children.
And I say that tongue in cheek, but not really, because I get it now that, and also get the sandwich generation now. Not that I'm taking care of my father physically or anything like that, but I get being a daughter and being a mother of adult children.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm just, not that my children are, I'm just saying it's hard to transition from having little kids to having adult children. And I have both. And I don't know where that comment came from, but that had nothing to do with
It was
palates.
on your heart to say, because we both have adult children and little children.
Yes, that's right.
So
that's right.
It's balancing that. And then the thing is, when they're on the level where they totally disagree with you, you're like, wait, no, that wasn't supposed to happen.
I know, but one thing I've learned, and I'm just say this for somebody watching, maybe they need to hear this. And I am not, Mr. Patient and I are not perfect parents, but I will say that we've learned a lot. We've allowed the Lord to teach us a lot. We're trying our best to listen to the Lord about relationships more than we used to, because we used to, tell the Lord what was going, oh, well.
Because we're still growing as parents.
Yes.
We're still God's children, and we have to grow and let go of things that we're used to, and think it's changing. God said He's the only one who changes not. We have to go along with those changes as our children change, our grandchildren change, so, and it is, sometimes it's a challenge to get over that, but He's told me you need to just get over it, because it's change, and it's good change.
Well, one thing I've learned, and I've just realized I've learned it in the past 3 or 4 years, but being a daughter, my father's still living, my mom's passed, but being a daughter and being a mother of adult children, I have learned lessons from both directions, good and bad lessons, I'll just say. I'll stop at that. But anyway, I won't elaborate on that part, but just loving unconditionally is more than just words. It's more than say, yeah, I love you no matter what, but to really love, whether it's the parents or the child or whatever direction, loving unconditionally, has made a world of difference for me. Yeah. It's brought peace to me, to my mind and my body and my heart. And I'm talking about both directions. My father doesn't do everything I wish he would, or my sons don't, but just knowing,
I know the stories on both ends, so
yes you do. And so, but I'm just saying, I got adult children who don't do, maybe they chose this, that, or the other thing that I wouldn't have chosen for them, but I hope that they know that I love them no matter what, and they're welcome here. So I don't know. That's a tangent, I guess. But it just, if somebody needed to hear that, it's easy to say, "Oh, I love you no matter what," and then they make XYZ choice, and then you start being.
Parents can be defiant.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exhibiting signs of.
Yeah. Everything that you just said, Katie, that is just that speak volumes, because some parents do need to hear that out there, and it's not their world, it's not their life, it's not their purpose. It might not be something that they would do, but giving our children, our grown children, advice, whether they take it or not, it's still a good thing. But along with us giving them the advice, we actually have to take heed to that also. And like you said, that unconditional love is not just about a hug. It's about
words.
Words. It's about being there to support them, whether we like it or not. Because it's things that we did, and knowing that we had no business doing it. But guess what? God still had grace and mercy. He still had grace and mercy, and He's still showing it. He is really still showing it. So it's where it's purifying your heart. Unconditional love detoxes my soul. It really does. And when I know that I'm not giving it, I can feel it, Katie. I can feel it. And I don't want to be apologetic for the rest of my life for not unconditionally loving my children.
Yes. Well, and that is, brings a lot of emotional peace, mental peace, that attitude. So, like like there's a child, I was talking the other day to one of my kids and I said, look, because he's trying to do this new work, this new career, this new whatever. Anyway, and I was like, he's like, what do you think? And I was like, I'm just gonna be honest. It's not my thing. I don't understand it. I don't comprehend like why you want to do it or hey, all the ins and outs. But at the same time, and this is not throwing my father under the bus, this is a generational comment. At the same time, my father, for example, doesn't really get the YouTube and the stuff that I'm doing kind of thing. And the son said to me, he said, well, that's generational. And I said, I know that. So I'm just saying, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get it and all that kind of thing. But look, I'm here to support you. I'm here to be your cheerleader as much as I can. And I love you. And I don't know if that made any sense, but it's just, we need to be reminded to give grace. And especially right now, because in families, you got differing opinions of things going on. And it's just, can be hard. And
it can. And it's just embracing. I think it's with the changes that have been going, there are changes that happens in every generation. We talk about, our generations, our ancestors, the changes that they went through. We're going through changes too within our generation.
That's true.
And I believe a lot of times when we try to blend them and mix them, for the most part, sometimes it doesn't work because back then, I think about my grandmother. I think about her wisdom when I was growing up. That wisdom is rare now. It is rare. Family, taking care of family, taking care of just needs, just taking hospitality. My grandmother had a hospitality house. I think that's why me and you are so bonded, because hospitality flows through your blood, and you are a really upfront person. You are very honest. You're blunt, and I'm blunt.
Well,
so we blunt together. I mean, not that type of blunt, y'all, but we blunt together.
Yes.
So, but we do it in a loving way, and we do it in a way that you embrace it and I embrace it. But that's how my grandmother was. She did not hold her tongue for anything. But if anybody needed anything, they went to my grandparents. They went to my grandparents. Let me tell you about my grandparents. I don't know how much time we have. I'm not going.
Well, you keep going. It's okay. The thing is supposed to quit on us at 45 minutes, so we'll find out if it does. Keep going. Let's go.
But my grandparents, they had really golden friendships. Okay, my grandfather was a deacon. They were pillars of the community. And if anybody needed anything, they were there. My grandfather bought this truck, Katie. Oh my gosh. He bought a truck for 25 cents. No, it was $1. That's what it was.
No, your earrings are 25 cents. You're getting mixed up. Okay. All right. What's that mean? Truck for $1.
For 25 cents, but he gave it to him. My granddaddy gave him $1 bill. But the truck ran and it was kind of leaning to the side. And my grandfather had his own construction business. So back in his day, they built the bricks to like build houses. So he would build houses and everything. I wish I had, did all of that, but he wouldn't allow us to go there with him. But okay, so he was always in the community. We would go to these abandoned buildings and I'm like, why are we here, Granddaddy? And so he's like, wait, you just watch, just wait. He was so patient, so patient. And people just started coming out, but they were different people. They were people on drugs. They were people who didn't have homes. They were alcoholics. And I'm like, Granddaddy, oh my gosh, these people gonna hurt us. He's like, no, they're not. He said, just watch, just be patient. So my granddaddy, the bakeries, the butchers, the whatever grocery stores, they would give him food that was either close to being expired, and some of it wasn't being expired, but they would tell he would take his truck, his dollar truck,
his cricket truck.
Yeah, they would load him up. And the bread store, the bakery loaded him up. So what he would do is he would take us out to these communities, abandoned communities, and people would just be coming a lots. And I'm like, Granddaddy, what are they doing? And he would get out, and his name was Smitty. Hey, Mr. Smitty. Hey, Mr. Smitty. How you doing, Mr. Smitty? Mr. Smitty, can I get a loaf of bread from you, Mr. Smitty? I only got a penny, Mr. Smitty. And so he said, okay, that'll buy you 2 loaves of bread. He said
Oh
that one
my
will buy you
goodness,
two
that's
loaves of bread.
awesome.
So I will watch this girl. I'm getting chills. You're gonna make me cry. I will
Oh,
watch him do this for these people that needed somebody to love them. And my granddaddy did that. And so
oh, that's beautiful.
they would buy bread. Some people would have a quarter or a nickel. He said, okay, that'll get you 3 loaves right there, that nickel.
Oh,
So he would gift them. He would
yeah,
feed
yes,
every week after week after week. So I know what it is about hospitality.
yes,
I know what it is when
yes.
somebody doesn't have anything, and to show that unconditional love, because he showed it to us. We
Mm,
lived it. I
mm.
lived it. Um, he, they felt the butcher gave them meat. People that didn't want to take care of their animals, the animals were down in my grandparents' house. These people thought their animals were dead.
Mm.
But years later, they found out that they weren't, because if the butcher wasn't providing my grandparents with the meat, they wouldn't have been able to feed the animals. So they were feeding the animals,
Wow.
and we
Yeah.
would just be. I remember the
Oh,
days with my grandmother. We would be pulling the meat off the bone so that she can make the cat food and the dog food. And these were some of the healthiest animals. When I
mm.
say they were pillars of the
Oh,
community, and they did this for people if they needed some place to stay. My grandfather bought an apartment building. He bought an apartment building just so people can have some place to stay.
oh my
Family was
goodness.
not. Nobody went hungry. Nobody went homeless. They always had some place to stay. If it wasn't at my grandparents' house, they would call a sister or a brother. But he bought an apartment building just so my family can have some place to stay if somebody was down and out. And that's the blood that flows through me. That's the love of God
Wow.
that my parents were sharing. My
That's
grandparents
what
were
I was going
sharing.
to say. That right there, sis.
That's why I
That
can't
is
give.
your kids' heritage. That is your grandkids' heritage. That is what y'all are all about. That explains part of, I'm sure that's not your whole story of hospitality, of course,
It's
but
not.
that is a huge puzzle piece to why you are the way you are. And praise God for that, because I can just imagine Mr. Smitty sitting there on that lopsided truck and saying, "No, that'll buy you 2 loaves." I mean, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that is now what state did he live in? We've talked about this.
We're all from Gary, Indiana.
And, oh, there's a song, Gary,
Yeah,
Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Okay, that's not how it goes. Mr. Patient's not here.
You're not
But
the only person that's done that.
do you know that song?
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, so that's an amazing heritage. Thank you for sharing that, because that is a beautiful story. And I can imagine he helped people no matter their color and their
Yes.
belief and their addiction and their, whether they walk crooked or standing up straight kind of thing, and it's just,
Yeah. That was one of the hardest funerals. The When my grandfather died, grandparents, when both of them died, the service did not get started until an hour later, just from people crying because
I imagine.
nobody could speak, and his families and his husbands that had lost their jobs and they went to work for my grandfather's construction company. He provided people with so many jobs, and I told him that's why he was successful, because
That is what a hero's about. Forget anybody up in Hollywood or
yeah,
anything like that. Forget any televangelist. Forget anybody that wrote a big old fancy book. That is, and I'm going to tell you this too. That is what I've been trying to tell people for a couple years during our travels. That, and I've said this to so many people, that the world is full of good people just doing
yes,
their best, helping people at just a basic community level. And that's
yeah,
something good to bring up again right now too, that this world is not all bad. What you
it's
see
not.
as the bad, I don't watch news anymore, but what I
Me
can
neither.
imagine that folks are seeing is just horrible and bad. And yeah, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. Yes, it is. We knew that from the start. We knew
Yeah,
that, since the fall, we know that. but there are so many good people, and
Yes.
how many you don't know how many lives he touched, and the family trees that Mr. Smitty changed. You
Yeah.
don't know. You have no idea, and might not know until you get to the other side, to heaven. And
Yeah.
but the love, the unconditional love, that story just tops the conversation. That is amazing. And I wish I
Yes.
knew
And
him. I wish I
I
knew him.
know I miss him so much, but I know, and I always tell my children about their great grandparents.
Yes, do
And
that.
despite of, you go through your own challenges raising your own children, but it's just certain ways that I approach my children. All of our children can get out of hand sometimes, and and they're growing and they're learning and they're, but you don't go inward with them. You seek God's wisdom to help them through whatever it is that they're going through that they don't understand. And so, sometimes when you just want to slap them, slap
Yeah.
the sense into them,
Yeah.
you can slap the sense into them in different ways. And so
Yeah.
I just,
That's something I'm still working on, though, because I let the state of Tennessee considers our littles special needs on paper and all this kind of thing, and a couple of them are, in the sense of we're having to deal with different issues. But I'm just going to be honest, that's something that I'm still having to work on. It. I don't know if it's my pride. I don't know if it's my short temper. I don't know if it's my bluntness and my German streak, or I don't know. But there's one child that, oh law, I shouldn't admit this, but no, but for real, I end up acting like I'm 13 years old when I'm dealing with the child.
I get that.
Instead of being, and I go back and I apologize. Like, I ought to have it on a recording. I've had to apologize so much and say, I'm sorry, so and so, I acted like a child and I should have acted like the adult. And that's hard, but I get drawn into that. Yeah. And I just yell, or I say something stupid or something.
Queen comes out.
Yeah. So anyway, but oh my goodness. Okay, time's about up, and look here. Here's our list we hadn't started talking about yet. You hear me? My nose is running today, and I don't know why. Do y'all have allergies? Do y'all have what's your weather there today?
Oh, it's gorgeous outside. We are in between 67 and 70 degrees.
Oh, really? I'm sitting here looking at, so we're at 66, and then I'm going to look up you. I got you right here. This says you're at 70. Sometimes this thing lies too. We know that.
Yeah, mine too. Sometimes it lies too.
Yeah. So,
but we're going to plant some food today.
You're going to what?
We're going to plant some food today.
Oh, what you going to plant?
We are planting our root crops today, and I'm planting some tomatoes today, and my cucumbers are already growing. They're growing inside, so.
Planting tomatoes outside?
Inside.
Oh, I was going to say, you don't plant them before tax day in the South.
No, we planting them on the inside, but I'm doing some experimenting this year, some different experiments with my garden this year, because I got some new things going on as far as how to plant stuff. I just like.
We're going to start dancing. Different. What are we doing?
Huh?
I said, now we're going to start dancing. You playing music.
I thought I had my ringer there.
That's okay. That's okay. We're fixing to say goodbye, but because we could talk up another couple hours. Do you want to do this again? Is this okay with you?
I do, so I can just spend my time with you. I miss you so much.
I miss you too. So one of these days, you're going to have to come up here and see Heritage House and see us. Ma'am. And well, I had on here to ask you about your garden update.
Well, and, the garden is looking like it needs help, but we still have bok choy and salad.
I love bok choy. Woo.
Oh, girl, we have tons of that in the garden, and the lettuce and the bok choy and what else grew out there? Oh, and my herbs. Nothing got freezer burn. It seemed like the ice, the frost, made it grow even that much bigger. So but Katie, the lettuce are like in my grass. So we have to watch where we walk. And the kale is growing like that too. So the birds spread the seeds out.
Right.
Wind and all, so we really got edible landscaping up.
Well, and look, you don't use pesticides or herbicides,
No.
so who cares? Eat the grass along with the kale.
Right.
That's funny because Little Music Man and I were walking back from the library yesterday because now we live in a situation, I guess you'd call it, that I've never lived in before. I've never lived where I could hear the church bells chime.
I
walk to the library. And that's not what Mr. Patient and I were really expecting, but that's where the Lord has us.
Right.
Anyway, we were walking back from the library yesterday, and I saw one little dandelion peep up, and Little Music Man said, "Mama, are dandelions weeds?" And I was like, "Let's talk."
Hold the brakes.
Because I said, what some people call weeds and they put poison on is actually good for you.
That's right.
And on that note, y'all, I got a hair in my eye. Our friends out there are going to get tired of hearing me talk about my liver tea, but
I heard, girl, when I saw your video about your liver, because it's detoxing, and the liver tea is great.
Yeah, keep talking. I got a hair in my eye.
It is really great, y'all. Look, detox your bodies. My smoothies are detoxing my bodies. Katie's liver tea is detoxing her body.
I'm trying to decide how deep to go with my liver tea explanation. But let me just say, it works. And it works in a way that, good grief.
That hair is mad at you.
I got something in my, I'm sorry to be all. Okay.
No. You want me to do it with you? Let's do it together. That hair is angry at you.
Okay. Anyway, the liver.
Holy Spirit, please blow that hair out of her eye. Get it out in the name of Jesus.
Thank you. The tea. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm doing it. I'm fixing to do it. So when you somebody needs to hear this too. I was going to do a whole nother video sometime that I challenge your liver, but apparently this is it right now. Okay. So I'm challenging your liver. Everybody watching, I'm challenging your liver. Put your dukes up. I'm challenging your liver because listen, I want you to try. Now, see the disclaimer below. I'm not a doctor. I'm not intending to diagnose. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now, when I drink liver tea, thank you for that because my eye's fine now. Amen. When I drink liver tea, it's a different conclusion than cleansing your colon. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like when you cleanse your colon, you go to the bathroom a lot, but when you, I'm sorry, people who don't want to hear this, you can turn off now.
Right.
This is PG. This is poopy gross. Poopy gross. Okay. But when you drink your liver tea and your dandelion, your results are different. And so is it like bile and stuff? Is it different types of matter? I guess that's the only thing I can come up with that is sitting out of your body.
Compacted matter that has settled in the fat in our bodies. And, because that's why it's called detox, because all of that has settled in our bodies and we don't realize the toxicity, the toxins that are in our bodies that brings that toxicity level. So when you're taking that detox tea and you're detoxing your liver, remember the liver is filtering. The kidneys are filtering.
Yes.
The colon is pushing out what the liver is filtering. So yes, that is like compaction of years of right, that is just stayed in our bodies and it's relieved. Your body is relieving you, thanking you that you're doing this because the kidneys and the liver are like really being neglected and we think the colon is the most important, which all of them are. But I get what you're saying. Feeling a different way, you do.
It does. And I seriously don't mean to be gross, but I mean, if somebody needs some encouragement, look, you should try it because, and I'm not recommending any particular liver tea or anything like that. Look it up for yourself. But I drink one that we got in Texas this time last year, actually at HEB in Texas, and it's Dr. somebody, but it doesn't matter. The first ingredient is dandelion. I think second ingredient's peppermint, but it really does its job, and I'm satisfied with its job. So I don't know. We're a work in progress, Mr. Patient and I, in our health. And we better say goodbye. I don't want to, but this is going on an hour. And bless your heart, our friends out there who stayed with us this long, because I appreciate everybody for being here with us. And so I'm going to have to wrap it up.
Thank you.
Hold on. I got a reminder about piano lessons. So the kids use my computer for online piano lessons. Their teacher's still in Murfreesboro, same one they had before.
Same thing.
Oh, let me tell you something. I was going to get John Boy to do a video about this, but listen, he has started his own business, and he has 2 piano students now, and he's teaching piano, and that is so good for him, because, he's shy. He don't want to be out in public, or whatever. And they come here, and he's making his own little money. And he said after they left, last Friday was the first lesson. And his Murfreesboro teacher is teaching him how to teach. So this isn't just fly by night. We are serious about this.
And when he does things, he focuses. I'm trying to look at the camera, but I like looking at you.
I know I can't figure out where to look, but same way. So our eyes look like we got some kind of syndrome. But yeah, so John, wonderful. They left the other day, and I said, "How'd it go?" Or what do you think? Because it was my idea. Actually, I felt like it was the idea that the Lord gave me. And I said to John, and I texted his teacher back in Tennessee. I was like, "What do you think about this?" And his teacher said, "Yeah, he's capable." And John was like, "Yeah, I think I'll try it." And so when the 2 students left last Friday, John was like, "I love teaching."
That is so awesome. What?
And so he's making his own money. Tomorrow we go to Homeschool Co-op, and I'm going to take a flyer there and take one to church. And so he'll be making, if he gets students, he'll be making some decent money. He won't have to leave the house. It'll be one-on-one. It's just a great situation for him. And he is knowledgeable. I know he's 13, but he is so
he's
capable.
Already 13?
Girl, I know. Don't even, I know. Little Missy will be 13 this year.
Gosh.
Help me, Jesus. And I'm not joking. You hear me? This is my first and only daughter.
Oh, my word.
So,
oh, my goodness. Well, Dr. Mai and little Miss Homemaker, she misses her so much.
I know. Little Missy talks about her and wants to see her.
Mr. Cliff is Chill-ith, but Cliff.
Yeah. Okay.
He misses,
yes, he's precious.
He misses
little music man.
Little music man, he misses his buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, well, listen, let's try to do this again.
Please do. I love this so much.
I love too. I don't know much about technology, but I'm thankful for it because we get to see each other and giving you a hug.
I love you
so much.
I love you so much too.
And thanks to everybody who joined us today.
Yes,
appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, everybody.
And where can they find you? Where can they find Sis? You're on Instagram. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Kadesh Farm Homestead.
Spell it for them.
Huh?
Spell it for them.
Oh, KEDESH Farm Homestead.
Okay.
So you can follow us on there, and we got some great and new exciting things. Just journey with us. It's taking some time to do it, but come and journey. Yeah.
That's
come
okay.
and journey. And I'll update you about next week.
Yes. Yeah, you do that, and we'll be in touch. Okay. I love you so much, sis. I love everybody.
You too.
Thanks
Hug
for
everybody for
everybody.
us.
Yes, okay. I will. Tell Zolly I said hey.
I sure will.
Okay.
I will let Mr. Z know.
You do that.
I love you all.
Okay. Love you, sis. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.